Okay, quick panel grid demo. Here's a page where we can see the XP table layout method and the panel grid. And if we have a look at the XPage source, we can see what we need if we wanted to do a table layout, and then we can see it's a much cleaner use of the panel grid there. We can see label input. Now that's the panel grid at its simplest with no properties, and that is showing us a default value of 2 columns. Now if we want to see what would happen if we change the value of the columns, here's the default 2. Let's move it up to 4 maybe, so we can see these labels are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change it to 4 columns, it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could go up to 8 and they'll all be in one line. We do 3 and it's just wrapping around as that column changes. So if we look at that, the markup for that, I'm just changing the number of columns dynamically, and there's a columns property which determines how many to wrap these labels in. Next example, what have we got? We can use a header and footer. So this panel grid is in the header and this button's in the footer. So that's just 2 facets. If you have a look at the markup, it's defined under the facets, and so the rest of the child is the grid, but these facets, the footer and header. And to use that, actually you can just, if we've show you how you add a panel grid to the page, you could drag one on there. There's a drop target for those 2 facets, so you could put whatever you want in those facets. If I was to save that, will that render with the header and footer? Yep, that's that one. I've got no child contents there, so but that's how to use the header and footer. Next example, we can nest some columns. So you can see in this grid spot, I've actually got 3 controls I want in that spot. So they are just nested under a span. So this span and its children take up the 1 grid spot, because this 1, 2, 3, 4 is the child. It doesn't descend into there for the next child. It's actually this one, that one, that one, that one. And then you can style it. So here's a very ugly looking table, but it's just used to demonstrate that we've got a styled, there's some CSS there, but what I've done is I've got a header class and a footer class, and you can see them there, the red and the yellow, and then these are alternating zebra striped column and row classes. So if you look at that, so it's just changing the font color there, and then in the column it's going green, yellow, green, yellow. So it just alternates through whatever you have comma separated. You can have just one as well, you don't need to alternate it. Let me just discard that. You can also theme it. So this one has simply been given a theme ID there, panel grid black, and I believe the theme for that panel grid black has what the column classes should be and cell padding and whatnot. So there are all the features of the panel grid. Give it a go, see if you like it.